I'm making a game inspired by Playman Summer Games and the Olympics. Hey everyone, and welcome to the third devlog of my unnamed Olympics games. In the previous devlogs, I worked on the controls of the game and also implemented AI to the game. But in this devlog, I'll be adding new game modes to the game and some other stuff. But before moving on, if you are new here, I would highly suggest to check out my two previous devlogs to get to speed with the development of the game. With that said, the first thing I changed since the previous devlog was the start sequence of the game. Previously it was just 1, 2, 3, but now it's 1, 2, 3, go. And don't worry, this video is not about teaching you how numbers works. Also in the previous devlog, an AI was implemented to the game, which is good, but the AI movements jitters, which is not a good thing. And after taking some time to understand what causes this, I discovered that it was from the method I was using to move the player. See, I'm using a transform based movement which struggles to work with the speed of the player because the player's speed starts at 0 and move up to a max speed. And I'm doing that to simulate real life racing because if the speed starts at the max speed, it will be too fast at the beginning of the race. Anyways, I tried other methods to move the AI, in which one of them was nav mesh, which also struggled with the speed, and I gave the rigid body based movement a try and it works perfectly. Next, I discovered that the player moves too fast and that it can be very hard to control the player to remain on its own lane, especially when moving around curves. So I decided to add a stamina system to the game because I do like the fact that the player is fast, but I do not want to reduce the speed of the player to make it slow. So instead, I want the players to learn how to use the fast movement while still being able to control the player. And what I just said now probably doesn't make any sense, but let me explain it to you. So the stamina system reduces the speed the more you hit the control buttons, but you can gain it back when you don't hit the control buttons. And in case you don't know how the controls of the game work, you move the player by hitting the two circles on the screen with the mouse left click and the mouse right click, and you can check out my first devlog to know more about that. Anyways, I finally implemented the stamina system and it does exactly what I wanted to do. As you can see, the player's speed reduces, which makes the player much more controllable on the curves, but the player can gain its speed back when it's on a straight path, so that's exactly what I wanted. With the stamina system implemented, I moved on to working on the first game mode, which is the 100-meter race. And this is just a little behind the scenes video of the race, and that is how the AI which I created for the game works. It just moves to a cube, then to the next cube, and on like that. And this is what it looks like without the visuals of the cube. Then I worked on the 200 meter, and this is another video clip showing the race, and the athletes' positions are different compared to the 100 meters race. Lastly, I have improved the stadium looks from what it was before, but it's still a work in progress though. And that, my friends, is all I've done on the game since the previous devlog. It's not a lot, but hopefully in the next devlog we'll work on more game modes. But until then, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and give this video a like, and I will see you in the next devlog.